This is a summary of The Art of Learning and Living Life, featuring Josh Waitzkin from the Hubermanlab podcast, where we break down the key insights, ideas, and takeaways from this content, giving you the gist so you can decide if you want the rest. In this episode, Dr. Andrew Huberman sits down with Josh Waitzkin, a child chess prodigy, world champion martial artist, and elite performance coach. Waitzkin's journey, from chess to Tai Chi to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu to foiling, has given him a unique perspective on learning, mastery, and personal transformation. Waitzkin's life was the basis for searching for Bobby Fischer, but rather than staying within the realm of chess, he reinvented himself multiple times, applying his learning principles to various fields. Now he coaches elite athletes, investors, and business leaders on how to optimize their learning processes, handle pressure, and perform at the highest level. The discussion explores how Josh Waitzkin became a chess prodigy and why he left competitive chess, the psychology of learning, self-expression, and reinvention across different fields, how failure and devastating losses create the greatest learning opportunities, the difference between pre-conscious and post-conscious mastery, how to train for resilience, manage pressure, and use adversity as a tool for growth, the role of ego in high performance and how to detach from identity-based limitations, the importance of structured daily rituals and optimizing the learning process, lessons from coaching NBA teams, world-class investors, and elite athletes, Josh Waitzkin's early life and chess career. Josh discovered chess at 6 years old while walking through Washington Square Park with his mother. He played with chess hustlers, learning the tactical, aggressive, street-smart style of the game before training under Bruce Pandolfini, who refined his strategic and endgame skills. By age 7, Waitzkin was a national champion and would go on to compete in youth world championships. However, his rise in chess came with intense pressure, expectations, and public scrutiny, especially after the release of Searching for Bobby Fischer, 1993, a movie based on his early life. Why he left chess. At age 18, despite being one of the best chess players in the world, Waitzkin walked away from the game. Why? 1. Loss of self-expression. He was pushed to change his natural, aggressive playing style into a more defensive, conservative approach. 2. Media and public pressure. The fame from Searching for Bobby Fischer made chess feel externalized rather than a personal passion. 3. Existential crisis. He realized he was playing for others, not himself, and chess lost its meaning. Mastery should be about self-expression, not external expectations. If a pursuit no longer serves you, reinvention is essential. The psychology of learning and mastery. After leaving chess, Waitzkin immersed himself in martial arts, Taoist philosophy, and high-performance coaching. He discovered universal learning principles that applied across disciplines. Key learning insights. Failure fuels growth. Losing the Under-18 World Chess Championship was one of the best things that ever happened to him. It forced him to reflect deeply, reframe his mistakes, and improve his decision-making. Lesson. The most painful failures create the biggest transformations. Learn from other disciplines. Chess, martial arts, and investing all share the same fundamental learning patterns. Studying philosophy, movement, and strategy across fields enhances creativity and problem-solving. Interdisciplinary learning unlocks deeper mastery. Train in the in-between. Art of transition. The best jiu-jitsu fighters train in constant movement, not static positions. Focusing on transitions makes learning smoother and more instinctual. Lesson. Mastery comes from training in the spaces between techniques. Developing a theory of mind. As a chess player, he had to think ahead, not just about his own moves, but about how his opponent was thinking. This skill transfers to business, coaching, relationships, and competitive strategy. Lesson. Understanding others' thought processes enhances decision-making. Pre-conscious versus post-conscious mastery. 1. Pre-conscious mastery, childlike flow, the purest form of learning, driven by passion, curiosity, and playfulness, exists before self-awareness, external pressure, or fear of failure sets in. Example: young Waitzkin playing aggressive, creative chess before coaches changed his style. Post-conscious mastery, integrated expertise, comes after a period of existential questioning, pressure, or disruption. The return to authenticity, but with deeper self-awareness and intentionality. Example: Waitzkin rediscovering his competitive mindset in martial arts after leaving chess. True mastery is not about going back to childlike flow. It's about integrating knowledge, experience, and self-awareness into a new, liberated state. The role of ego in high performance. Josh discusses the balance between ego and adaptability in peak performance. Bad ego, static identity. Clinging to past achievements instead of reinventing. Letting external validation define your success. Playing not to lose instead of playing to win. Healthy ego, dynamic identity. Willingness to evolve, letting go of outdated strategies. Embracing failure as an opportunity for transformation. Competing with curiosity, not fear. Takeaway: the best competitors are not the ones trying to hold on to their past success, but the ones willing to reinvent themselves over and over. How to structure your day for peak learning. Waitzkin's daily training method maximizes learning by balancing deep focus, recovery, and creativity. Morning, pre-input reflection. Avoid distractions, no phone, no emails. Sit with your most important question, MIQ, from the previous day. Brainstorm before consuming outside information. Deep work, 4 to 5 hours max, focused, high-quality effort rather than grinding long hours. Train in a distraction-free environment. Active recovery and movement. Physical training resets mental performance. Cold exposure, breathwork, and meditation enhance neuroplasticity. Evening, reflection and release. Leave a sentence unfinished in writing or problem solving. Sleep solidifies new learning. The brain solves problems overnight. Takeaway: high-level performance isn't about working harder. It's about working smarter, resting better, and learning how to train the subconscious mind. Conclusion: Josh Waitzkin's approach to learning, competition, and mastery reveals profound insights. Failure is essential. It sets the foundation for transformation. Reinvention is necessary. Static identity leads to stagnation. Ego must be managed. Learn to detach from past success. Train for adaptability. Study transitions. Develop multiple skills. Optimize daily structure. Focus, recover, and prime the brain for learning. By embracing discomfort, questioning assumptions, and learning across disciplines, Waitzkin shows how to become a world-class performer in any field. That's a wrap on The Art of Learning and Living Life featuring Josh Waitzkin. If you found this summary valuable, make sure to follow, subscribe, and come back for more in-depth breakdowns of content.